Remember that Amazon termination that supposedly destroyed my publishing dreams? Well, I'm shooting this video in Amsterdam with the most unexpected plot twist. And it involves something I never actually expected, which is my narcissistic mother, and why losing Amazon was actually the universe's way of setting me free. Hello, you gorgeous humans. Beryl here from the Radiant Reset. And if someone told me 3 weeks ago that losing my Amazon account just as I was about to publish the book that I've actually been working on for so long would lead me to the biggest breakthrough of my midlife journey, well, I would have thought that they were joking. But here I am, literally and figuratively, in a completely different place, which is fabulous. And for those just joining, quick recap, Amazon terminated my publishing account, removed all my books, and basically said, get lost and never darken our digital door again. Parts 1 and 2 of this saga got incredible responses from all of you. We went from 40 to nearly 400 subscribers. I didn't even know. But part 3, this is where everything changes, because I've realized this wasn't about Amazon at all. Here, I'm visiting family and friends, and yesterday having coffee with one of my best friends, and she says something that stops me cold. She goes, Beryl, watching you fight this Amazon thing reminds me so much of how you used to handle things when your mother told you that you couldn't do something. And suddenly I'm seeing this whole situation completely differently, because here's what I realized. My reaction to Amazon's rejection, the way I immediately went into, right, I'm going to show you mode, the determination to succeed despite being told no, that's not just my entrepreneurial spirit or Viking blood. That's my mother wound healing in real time. I don't require permission, validation, or anything from anyone anymore, or any platform, or whatever it is. And I know that sounds mental, but stick with me here. For those who don't know, I've been writing a book called No More Permission Required, Healing the Mother Wound and Breaking Free from Narcissists in Midlife. And it's about how our relationship with our mothers, especially if they're narcissistic like mine, shapes absolutely everything. How we handle rejection, criticism, authority figures, telling us we're not good enough, and literally all of that. And sitting here in Amsterdam, I realized Amazon had triggered every single mother wound pattern I thought I'd healed. Well, I have healed, but the book's actually been published for over a year under a pen name and getting 5-star reviews on Amazon. And then my Amazon account got terminated. But I've been too scared to put my real name on it. How's that for irony? And then I finally decided to rewrite the whole thing and make it even better and add more stories and put my name on it. And 2 weeks before I was ready to publish, my KDP account gets terminated out of the blue. The seeking approval from an authority figure who doesn't see your worth, tick. The devastating feeling when that authority withdraws love and support suddenly, double tick. The scrambling to prove that you're worthy to get back in their good graces, triple bloody tick. But here's the plot twist, and why I'm so excited I can barely contain myself. I didn't stay in that pattern this time. We didn't stay in that pattern because your response, your stories, your support, you guys became the good mother I never had. And I realized that it's all a matter of how we look at things. A mindset shift. In those comments on parts 1 and 2, something magical happened. When I shared my pain, my rejection, my confusion, you didn't minimize it. You didn't tell me, just get over it, or maybe Amazon knows best, you validated my experience. You shared your own stories. You literally mothered me back to strength. I didn't get one negative comment, all positive, fabulous comments. And that's when I realized this Amazon termination wasn't a setback. It was the universe giving me the perfect real-time example of mother wound healing for midlife women. Because how many of us learned as little girls that authority figures can withdraw love without warning? We're not allowed to question unfair treatment. We must constantly prove our worth. Rejection means we're fundamentally flawed. Sound familiar? But here's what's different in midlife. We have perspective. We have our own power. We have communities of women who understand and of writers or whoever it is. We don't have to accept because I said so anymore. When Amazon's bot said, this is our final decision and we won't offer further insight, my teenage self would have crumbled, would have assumed they must be right, would have spent years trying to figure out what I did wrong. But my midlife self, well, she said, actually, no, I don't accept this. I'm worth more than your string of automated email rejection letters. I'm taking my gifts elsewhere. And that shift, that's mother wound healing in action. And this is why I'm so passionate about this work, especially for midlife women, because we've spent decades accepting less than we deserve, not questioning authority, shrinking ourselves to fit other people's limited vision of who we should be. My own mother, she actually prevented me from attending my father's memorial last year. That was the final straw for me. Our relationship is non-existent now. And you know what? I'm absolutely fine with that. Because at 56, yes, and I know I don't look 56, but I am, I finally learned I don't need anyone's permission to be brilliant. But midlife is our time to rewrite those scripts, to say, actually, I don't need your approval to share my gifts. I don't need to make myself smaller to make you feel comfortable. And I certainly don't need Amazon's permission to help other women heal. I'll get the words out anyway. There are other platforms and other ways to get my message out. The book launches next week. I'm working like a dog on it at the moment while I'm on holiday. It's not launching on Amazon, but on other platforms that treat authors like humans, and directly through my personal links, my Substack, and through communities that value what I'm offering. And you know what? The pre-orders are already exceeding what I made on Amazon, because authenticity sells, even when, and especially when, it comes without permission. Being here in this beautiful city, Amsterdam, which is built on canals that had to be carved and fought for and reclaimed from the sea, in a culture that's known for being very direct and not accepting bullshit, it feels perfect. Sometimes you have to flatten out the old systems to build something better. I'm not paying $2,000 to beg Amazon to take me back. I'm investing that money in building my own marketing on other platforms, my own community, my own way of reaching the women who need this, or the guys, because there's a lot in the book about for men as well. Here's what I want you to take from this, my gorgeous midlife warriors. What rejection in your life is actually calling you to step into your power? What no are you accepting that you shouldn't? And what authority figure are you still trying to please instead of trusting your own worth? The mother wound affects how we handle every rejection, every criticism, every moment someone tells us we're not good enough. But awareness is the first step to freedom, to healing, and sometimes the universe has to shake us up pretty dramatically to get our attention. I'm starting a Substack to document this whole journey, the book launch, the platform building, the mother wound healing in real time. I'm trying to get my Substack going as well. Anyway, the past few weeks has been a bit hectic, but Amazon rejections is the beginning of my revolution. And if this resonated with you, if you're ready to stop accepting less than you deserve, if you're curious about how your relationship with your mother might be affecting your relationship with success, subscribe, share your story in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. Part 4 is going to be the book launch celebration, and I have a feeling it's going to be our biggest video yet, because sometimes the best revenge against a system that doesn't value you is massive, unapologetic success. And until next week, keep shining, keep healing, and remember that you don't need anyone's permission to be extraordinary. Not Amazon's, not your mother's, not anyone's. The revolution starts with us.